Alright, this is a reply to Cigar's video, another link in the chain, where he spoke about learning languages and the sort of lofty goals of being a polyglot, understanding the people you live around and understanding other cultures, and comparing those to the values of the seemingly more selfish goals of, or shallow goals of maybe doing tricks at a party. I've thought a lot of that myself. I heard a theory, and I don't know if it's true, but I don't think I have to decide if it's true. It's a useful frame for me that all of these things we hear about, these endorphin triggers, aren't really a reward. They're just a reinforcement that opioids in the brain are a reward. So you have the orgasm, you eat the cheesecake, the opioids are released, and that endorphins are tracking chemicals. Our endorphin mechanism is like our sense of smell, where we smell reward. According to this model, the internet is dangerous, especially for young people, because it can cause a release of a lot of endorphin triggers in a place where there really is no reward. It just feels like there's a reward. The best example would be the Ashley Madison website, which extensively existed for men to cheat on their spouses. When they busted it, the rumor was that only 3% of the users were women. So these men were giving their credit cards, risking their reputations, spending their money, risking their family, for really no reward. It's just the signal was so strong that it attracted people to do this, if that's true. But I see a lot, I think a lot about, the rewards, the feedback, praise, attention, how when you're starting off in life, these things are all directing you toward a real reward. But as you become more settled, and at this point I'm very settled, by settled I mean I have a wife, I have a family. It's extremely unlikely I'd have two. I have consistent meals every day, so I couldn't eat twice the food that I eat now. My food needs are met. As far as money, I have a reasonable amount of security. I have a resume that should keep me employed steadily for the rest of my career. At the same time, that's a limiter too. I mean, the chances of quadrupling my income are low. At the same time, at this point in my career, I did quadruple my income. That wouldn't be a huge lifestyle change because of the point in my career when it's happening. If you quadruple your income when you're 18 starting off, then that's a lot bigger change than quadrupling your income later on in life. So these signals are more and more of a farce. I'm not going to meet somebody at a party that's going to change my life. I'm not going to attract the attention or the praise of someone who's going to completely change the direction. I mean, as if the country I live in, or the family that I would have, or the type of person that I would marry. It's very small, incremental changes now, mostly because I've achieved everything there is to achieve, beyond some moonshot at fabulous wealth, and even that moonshot wouldn't change the food. That doesn't mean, the moonshot doesn't mean for me what it would mean for someone who is alone and starving. So the advice you would usually get from someone is that if you recognize that these signals are false, learn to tune them out and find what really matters in life. I don't know. I haven't seen anyone give that yet. I hear a lot of advice about how not to waste your time, but beyond these general ideas about spending more time with your loved ones or being more productive, there's not a lot of ideas put forth about what's valuable. I mean, if you're spending time with your loved ones, I enjoy spending time with my loved ones, but your loved ones are all caught up in these goals too. They're all following these endorphin triggers as well. So if you stop at as a group and you're already with your loved ones, where do you go from there? I think maybe people are just designed to wake up hungry every morning, and that's maybe the happiest way for us to be. I'm not going back to that because I want my son to have the same choices I did. So now I just have to deal with the fact that recognizing that this is just a high and trying to get it as cheaply as possible. And at one point I took myself very seriously as an artist, very seriously as a writer. You would put hundreds of hours into a project, and people would like it, and I mean, it would get you attention. I guess in some ways it got me career advancement, but it's the most expensive high there is. I'm getting pretty unapologetic about it at this point of not being regretful if I spent a day playing video games or watching movies. I've wished during the pandemic that I enjoyed those things more than I do. I don't get a lot out of them, but if I did, I wouldn't feel too bad about enjoying it. And I can see, circling back, how Cigar, as he seems like he's becoming, as he's going on in life and becoming less interested in probably the very hardest party trick there is, learning another language. Maybe he's just, I don't know. I guess I'm talking to you, Cigar. Maybe you're just, you feel like there's not a whole lot in it for you anymore. The attention at a party is becoming more and more meaningless, not because you're becoming a deeper person, but just because all of these 1 in a million shots are still 1 in a million shots, but the payoff is dropping through the basement. That's all I have for this time. Enjoyed your video, Cigar.